The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Now it's time for the Come on, yo. Alright, this is our last segment for this podcast episode. Alright. First, come on, yo. Y'all might not think it's a come on, yo, but I think it's a come on, yo. Is that the Saints let Mike Evans get the 1,000 yards. First of all, if y'all know they lining up to pass the ball when the game is over, why aren't the Saints all on Mike Evans to stop him from catching it? Why they don't? Y'all just gonna let them show y'all up when the game over just to let somebody get their 1,000 yards? Man, y'all should have stopped that, man.
I was watching NFL inside the NFL yesterday, and Ryan Clark, the Pacific said what Rose said. He came back from commercial. He was mad as shit.
I would have been mad. Like y'all just letting the man get the 1,000 yards. They showing y'all
Chris
up.
Long and Ocho Cinco's like, man, if that's him, I'm pressing up on him. I'm double teaming him. I'm not.
I'm putting like 3 people on him. You better throw it to somebody else.
They're doing here. Here's Mayfield, second down. Right foot over the middle and has completion in the first catch to Mike Evans. Evans again 85 yards away from that Jerry Rice record, another 1,000-yard season. That'll give him 6 yards. Here. Mayfield throwing. Evans! He does it! Jerry Rice has company!
That's exactly what
I hear what they saying, and what I always like, Rel is like Carmelo Hayes. You don't miss with the come on yo. But I'm not gonna make this a come on yo in my opinion. To my opinion, it was all part of the plan. Like if you watch Red Zone, Scott Hansen started it off at 102, telling us about all the people who had incentives, telling us about. And they started off Saturday was telling us about Derrick Henry, telling us about Jamar Chase, and they got their shit. So once I seen they got their shit, and Scott Hansen started off 102 Red Zone with, there's a handful of people with incentives today. We got Mike Evans, we got Jackson Smith and Jigmo.
He definitely had J.No. Smith.
Every single person who had an incentive, every single one, got it.
Except Tony Pollard, you messed me up.
Pollard.
He didn't get them yards.
I mean, it was a couple
Cortland Sutton got his yards.
That needed 2 sacks. Von Miller
got his sack.
No, you said Cooper Rush ain't get his because they ain't play him.
No, that's because he didn't play enough snaps.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you didn't play enough snaps, that's not your fault. Just like Saquon Barkley, I'm not blaming you because niggas told you can't play.
But I think
now if you would have played and got 78 yards, then that's your fault.
I think 90% of the people got their incentives.
Yeah, but and then when they talked about the incentives, they would literally put it on the screen on Red Zone.
The majority.
Now we're zooming in on this game, guys, because if he gets one more catch, he makes another $100 million. If Geno gets 3 touchdowns
and 300 yards,
I remember on Saturday,
Geno came out that bitch slinging. It was nothing to play for.
Somebody got an actual $550 for a tag.
Yo, it was getting busy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was all part of the plan. All I'm saying is, with all of these people getting their incentives, it made the NFL look strong on that particular day because it made it look like every single person that got their incentive had been consistently balling all season long, and that's what the NFL is about, playing hard. And it makes my point. All of these fucking football players from every team knew that the other fucking players, especially if you're doing your game film and you're studying, you know you playing the Bucks this week, and you know the Bucks got a chance to clinch the division. Mike Evans is their number one target. You're not telling me it's not a game plan to at least not just shut Mike Evans down, but even on the last play, 20 seconds left. These niggas winning. Why Mike Evans? Nigga, you
exactly. You know they.
So why you not pressing up? Nobody pressed up. They didn't press up.
He was the only person that was open. If y'all watched the play, the Saints defenders ran back up during the route. He the only person that backed up.
If you looked at the Von Miller sack,
the lineman barely touched him.
The lineman did like this.
And Von Miller said,
like, some of these things were set up to get. So I'm not just going to put the Saints as a come on, yo. The entire Week 18, make sure these players get their shit so they can get paid for next season, was in a full effect. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. I ain't nothing I can do about it.
All right, come on, yo, too. For me, and this is to specifically to They Don't Want None, and to anybody else who thought the Vikings was going to beat the Lions for the number 1 seed. Come on, yo. I told you that was...
No, you saw the way the game went.
I mean, it's like,
he explained it and I explained it.
Exactly.
That's weird. They had plenty of... That game definitely wasn't no blowout. It was a close game. They had plenty of chances to take the lead. Even if you would have got that pick 6 when he dropped it, tied up. Right there.
That's what Dan Campbell does to you.
2 4th downs in the red zone.
I think most of America knew that this was supposed to be a shootout. And I think the problem was when Dan Campbell went to it, he went bow, first drive. Oh, 4th and 3. He ain't even think about it. And then what happened? They got stopped again?
He went for it.
4th and 3. Let's go again. And the first drive, when I tell you that startled the Vikings to death.
The Vikings went for it.
And then what happened?
And then you know it was scored 2
plays later.
No, but still, you can't just straight say the Vikings going for it. The Lions did stop them, though. 3 straight times.
Why was Jermaine against the only person in the game with a touchdown?
Yeah.
When the hell that happened?
Didn't I tell you that? This man Darren said, hey, bro, who do you think going to get a touchdown for sure? I said, for sure.
He said, I knew
Jermaine Gibbs. And I hesitated.
Yeah.
He was the person
I was like, anyway. Maybe Amon-Ra, but just Jermaine Gibbs. And guess who was the only person that had a touchdown in that game?
And then it's like, and after those 2 4th down conversions, and then Jermaine Gibbs scored, as soon as the Vikings got a 3 and out, but then they stopped them. That's the time when then Van Ginkel got the big hit on Gibbs, and then they got the ball back. And it was that drive where they went for it on 4th down, got a penalty and got first down, and then they went for it 4 consecutive times, and all 4 times went to Justin Jefferson, and he did not catch it at all.
They go to Justin Jefferson all 4 times.
I couldn't get mad at what's his name for missing that field goal. That was over 50 yards. And he ain't gonna hit all.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And those things right there is what fucked the game up. Because instead of you taking the points like you would have normally did and already been up, like it'd have been like 9-12 a regular game, you were going for it on 4th down to try to match Dan Campbell. Why? You're 14-2. You have the same record.
And then the down play before halftime, I knew you just kick it off regular. You trying to kick it in the zone.
Yeah.
Oh, and they got the out of bounds.
So I mean, if
the Lions is going to get down the field anyway. It was only a 10-yard difference.
If it was a touchback, it still would have been 10 yards. But that 10 yards mean a lot, just like that whole
actually 17 game.
Yeah, you right.
And that's my thing. It wasn't the fact that we didn't think the Lions were going to win. It wasn't supposed to be no fucking 31 fucking 10-8 blowout, whatever it was.
I thought they was going to blow them out.
No, that wasn't no blowout.
I'm the only person who thought the Lions was going to win by more than 2 touchdowns.
Like the Bucks did against the Thunder.
I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna agree with both. It was I'm gonna agree with both.
That was a blowout.
It was a blowout because no matter how good the Vikings defense was playing to stop the Detroit, their offense couldn't bounce it out and made it worse. So to me, if you're only stopping the Lions from scoring touchdowns, they still getting field goals, and you missing your field goals and not scoring, to me it's a blowout because you're not bouncing out the game. That's why I agree with you. It wasn't a blowout; it was a late pull away. But they never really got in the game. They just stayed never in the game. They were stopping the Lions.
They didn't score.
And they weren't scoring.
They was in the red zone twice in a row.
I do see color because I believe if you don't see color, you can't see racism. And whatever happens, black, white, disabled person, I've always, even someone with disabilities, I always, for the most part, people are like, when they're young, they kind of make the spot hot. Younger people know what that means. But what I would say is, no, I want you to be able to go up to those people and really understand those people. So it goes back to whatever it is, black, white, yellow, it really doesn't matter, but it does matter so we can try to fix a problem that we all know we have.
And last, come on, yo, this is particularly for Diesel D. I'll let him say what he say. Darren, you can say something about it. I really want to hear what he has to say. We heard about all the fires and stuff. Antonio Perez, the Titans GM, Doug Peterson. But I really want to say, the thing I want to talk about is the Jerod Mayo fire. That's a come on, yo. He had 1 season with a new Patriots. What do they think the Patriots was going to do with that team that they had? What you think Jerod Mayo was going to do in his first season with them?
All right, before you go, just this one thing. Waking up and seeing my guy get let go. I actually know this guy. Met this guy in person, pictures with him, conversated with him. Played him on my favorite team. to see him get let go the next day after basically the season over reminded me of
at the Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel.
Oh,
that's
Frank
what I was talking
Vogel.
about. The Frank Vogel on Phoenix. That's what I was talking about. When I look at the Patriots, who just drafted a new rookie quarterback in Drake May.
He's actually decent.
Your best defender, Matt Judon, left in the offseason. Basically had to get an extension. And you're looking to plug pieces in everywhere. One of the worst receiving cores in the entire football league. When Demario Davis supposed to be the lead receiver, but I might have
Booty.
I might have my Bob Booty. I might have Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne was he missed more than half the season though.
It's games where Austin Hooper want to have it. Henry was for like 4 weeks. Ramondre Stevenson don't know how to catch anymore.
And he keeps fumbling.
So it's like there's a lot of moving pieces the whole time. Gonzalez, one of our star defenders who's coming into his own as cornerback, he got hurt a couple times throughout the season. So there was, like I said, there was so many moving parts. And
Matthew Slater retired from special teams.
Yeah, and for a team who's just trying to get it done, for a team who Belichick, the legendary Belichick, one of the greatest coaches of all time, just leave, and you bring in a former player. I feel like for them to go, what was that, like a 7-10, 6-11?
Yeah.
That was a damn good record because I seen 4-12. I once they was talking about us getting a number 1 seed, I hit the main. I hit the Kevin Hart. But we ended up doing decent at the end. Drake May, Jacoby stuck up in there. Motherfucker started trying to play hard every game. And I just feel like he's the Jack Perry of NFL. He's the scapegoat. Because this decision to fire him made me feel like he was never your decision.
Right.
And all the people you wanted, it was too late and you just had to make some decisions. It was like, oh, we always knew you were the guy. Not after that. So I do feel the same way. I hope that we're going to get a good job. It doesn't matter if it's college, being somebody defensive coach, but this is the second time that Robert Kraft has completely just disrespected the game of football by his decision making. I'm not going to say second time, multiple times. The first time he did it was by making Bill Belichick a general manager and a coach at the same time. That was one of the worst decisions ever. But I'm not going to go too far into this. Just hope my manager Robert get another job. But he's right. Patriots is a come on, yo, and I don't know where to go from here. My favorite team, Joey. Decent season to finish off.
I want to start by acknowledging what the Patriots and Belichick did by baking this into Mayo's contract. This is something that you just do not see a lot of times for a prestigious job like this, to go to a young black head coach who's unproven to get a job like this Patriots job. But I have to be honest, I'm a little worried for this brother in this job going forward. We see what happens when you have, throughout sports, and when you have black coaches taking on these sort of jobs with a lot of this prestige, especially in a place like New England, where they are known to not have the best reputation for how they treat their black athletes and black personnel. So beyond just the hire, we have to look at how he's going to be treated by the fans, by the media, and by other people, especially when you have these other coaches who, some folks say may be better hires, things like that. And especially,
I appreciate that point. That's a secondary layer here, I guess, to the initial point. Replacing Bill Belichick with an unproven coach, David Dennis Jr.
No, I think it's integral to the layer here about him getting a fair shot. What we know is that black head coaches, if you win 9 games, you're likely to get fired. As a white coach, you win 6 games. So this guy needs a fair shot. This team may not be that good for a little bit, and he needs a chance to prove that, to get the shot that other players have. He needs to build this team up and have that chance, and I'm worried about him getting that shot.